So first, let's try to understand what do you understand by the word gene regulation. Okay. Welcome students to Talkers Academy. My name is Kushmeet Kaur and I will be taking your botany subject. The topic that we are going to discuss today is gene regulation. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, the topic name is gene regulation. It might look a little bit complex, but it is very easy if you try to understand this. So first, let's try to understand what do you understand by the word gene regulation. Okay, so gene regulation means regulation of gene expression. So when I talk about gene regulation, I mean about the regulation of gene expression. Now what is this gene expression? Let's talk about it. Okay. We all know, like for example, we all are aware of central dogma, right? We all are aware of central dogma. What does it say? It says, like for example, if this is my DNA molecule, if this is my DNA, I'm drawing it like this, or we can just draw it like this. Wait. Yes. This is my DNA. Okay. My DNA first is going to replicate itself. The first step is replication. Then my DNA is going to convert into mRNA, right? So here my DNA will be converted into mRNA this side, right? DNA to mRNA, and this process is known as transcription. Now I have made mRNA from DNA. Now this mRNA will be converted into protein by the process of translation. So here my mRNA will form finally protein by the process of translation. This is central dogma. So you have to understand, in this DNA there are several genes, and we can say that this gene has been expressed when it finally forms protein. That means हम बोल सकते हैं कि gene will only be expressed when it will be in its protein form, not at the mRNA level, not at the DNA level. So when the gene will be forming protein, then only it is expressed. Okay, here are several genes. So for example, if this gene is being transcribed and translated, that means this gene is being expressed. Okay, so what do you understand by gene expression? Genes are expressed when they are in the form of protein. In the protein form only, this form, right here, this form. In the form of protein, genes are expressed. You can write it here also. In the form of protein, genes are expressed. Okay, so now we have two types of genes I'm going to talk about. Okay, let's study. So I'm going to talk about two types of genes. Okay, so we all have a lot of friends, right? But we have that one best friend that whatever the situation is, we are going to that person, right? So similarly in cell also, there are various genes present. But some genes are there which are produced and expressed continuously in the cell. I hope when I say that genes are expressed, now it comes to your mind immediately. That means the genes are being transcribed and translated to form proteins. Okay? So what I am saying is, there are some genes in the cell which are constantly being expressed. Okay? Those genes are known as housekeeping genes. We need those genes every time in the cell. That is why they are known as housekeeping genes. So basically, what are housekeeping genes? Two types. The first type is housekeeping genes. What are housekeeping genes? Which are continuously being expressed in the cell. Like for example, all the genes which are required to make protein, all the genes which are required in the protein process, no matter which protein is being formed, but all the genes which are involved in that particular process will be expressed continuously in the cell. ठीक है, like for example we can write it here. Example will be genes required for protein synthesis or genes required for rRNA synthesis. These are just two examples, there are many. Okay, so you will say, ma'am, all genes are like that. No, all genes are not like that. Why? I'll give you an example. For example, let's take an example of a plant. Okay, now the plant is normally growing, everything is very much fine. So what happened? Drought conditions came. Okay, drought, you can take the example of drought also, flooding also. Okay, whatever suits you. So basically there were drought conditions, and in that drought conditions, plant has to activate its defense mechanism. है ना? Like for example, if something bad happens, so we also have to activate some things. Our body also, for the immunity purpose, activates certain enzymes. Similarly, when there are drought conditions or flooding conditions or any stress, the plant will activate the genes which will help the plant to fight against that stress. Okay? So now those genes which are helping the plant in the stressful times, that will be activated only in the stressful times. We cannot let that genes express every time in the plant because the plant simply does not need it. Why the plant will waste a lot of energy, the genes which are just helping the plant in drought conditions, why the plant will want to activate or express them all the time? So such genes require a proper regulation. Okay? Those genes, let me write the name first. Those genes are known as luxury genes. That means these genes will be expressed whenever they are required, not all the time in the plant. So that is why the genes which do not require by the plant to produce all the time, they need regulation. Right? We have switches. Why? What happened if we didn't have switches? सारे time the lights will be on, the fans will be on. We want कि light एक certain time चले, fan एक certain time चले, है ना? Right? So that is what I was saying. These luxury genes need not continuously express in the cell. Okay? They will be regulated when needed. Okay? So what we can write about it? We can write that they are expressed in the cell at the time of need. ठीक है? So these type of genes need regulation because either I want them to express or does not want them to express, or they are expressed in more quantity than required, and trust me, the plants do not want to waste energy on this continuous regulation. Plants want to conserve energy. So if there is no need for these genes, plant will not produce these genes. Just not plant, I just took an example. Same goes with bacteria and humans also, everything. Prokaryotes also, eukaryotes also. Gene regulation occurs in prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes also. But when we study about gene regulation, understanding a prokaryotic model is more simpler than the eukaryotic model. We will understand why. See, ठीक है? If I talk about gene regulation in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, so first of all, eukaryotes are more complex than prokaryotes. ठीक है? In the eukaryotes, we know that we have nucleus, and this is the cell. And in the cell, I have nucleus. Nucleus may we have DNA. Then here mRNA has been synthesized. If you have studied about transcription translation, you will know that after mRNA is being transported to the cytoplasm for protein synthesis, because ribosomes are present outside this nucleus. Okay, and before the transportation of mRNA, they need to spliced also, they need to be modified also. So a lot of changes and things are occurring in the case of eukaryotic cell. But in the case of prokaryotic cell, I have a single cell, no well-defined nucleus. Here only I have my DNA. My DNA is making mRNA, and along with that, translation is also going on. Okay, so this seems a bit simple than this. There is no need for modification also here. In the case of eukaryotes, we modify the mRNA. We splice the introns out because we just want a coding region there. Okay, if you want to understand about the mRNA splicing and anything, you can just comment and I can explain you later. But right now, we are going to emphasize on the prokaryotic regulation. So when we are starting to understand any topic, we will start with the simple things. So in today's class, we are going to understand the prokaryotic gene regulation. Okay. So here we can understand gene regulation in prokaryotes using operon. Okay. Gene regulation in prokaryotes. Okay. To study gene regulation in prokaryotes, we have what do we have? We have Operon model. What is this Operon model? This Operon model was given by my MJ, that is Monod and Jacob. This model was given by Monod and Jacob. ठीक है, these two scientists gave this particular model and they gave the structure of an operon. So what is an operon? I'll show you. Let me draw it for you. This is my operon. ठीक है. First, I'm going to show you a basic structure. Then I'll show you a little bit complex structure. Okay. What is happening? Yes. So first we are going to understand the basic components of a operon model. What are the basic components? Here I have P, O, and this can be variable. Let me take A, B, C. Let me explain this to you. This P stands for promoter. This P stands for promoter. O stands for operator. And these here, A, B, C, okay, I've just taken the variable A, B, C. These are structural genes. These are structural genes which are going to transcribe and translate, and then they are going to code for certain enzymes. Okay, so what do I have? We can also remember this by a mnemonic, which is very simple. Okay, Michael Jackson used to do poses. So you can remember Michael Jackson pose. M for Monod and J for Jacob. P for promoter, O for operator, and S for structural genes. So that also you can remember, though it is not very hard to remember, but still, okay. Okay. Next, understand what are the work of this. Let's start with promoter. Okay. If you have studied about the replication process, transcription process, you might know that promoter is the region from where the transcription starts. And it can only start when the polymerase, RNA polymerase binds on it. So promoter is the site for binding of RNA polymerase. So this is the site where RNA polymerase will come and it will bind. Matlab, if I draw RNA polymerase like this, okay, if this is my RNA polymerase will be binding here. Okay, I can write here also. This is, same color I have. This is RNA polymerase. Okay? So understand this, the promoter is that region where RNA polymerase is going to come and it is going to bind. So if the RNA polymerase is able to bind here, so transcription will start. Post transcription, these genes transcription. Okay, these genes transcription will start. But if it is not able to bind on the promoter side, then there will be no transcription. So who will decide that whether this RNA polymerase is going to bind on the promoter side or it will not bind on the promoter side? That will be decided by operator. जैसे हर company में, factory में we have operator who operates the whole system. Similarly, here also we have operator. Operator is like the on-off switch. It is like the on-off switch. Okay, and it decides whether the RNA polymerase will bind here or it will not bind here. How it decides? I will teach you when you will study the Lyapunov model, but here you have to understand what is promoter. Promoter is something, P for promoter, P for polymerase. So promoter is something which is a binding site for RNA polymerase, and if the RNA polymerase manages to bind with the promoter, the transcription will start. Operator is the on-off switch which will decide that whether the RNA polymerase will bind or not. Understand? It will bind here, okay, but whether it will bind here or not, that will be decided by operator. Okay, then we have structural genes. These genes are the ones which are going to be transcribed. Okay, since in the prokaryotic model you have several genes, like for example, this is gene 1, this is gene 2, this is gene 3, and all the genes have a common promoter. Such type of model is known as polycystronic. What it is known as? It is known as polycystronic. Polycystronic system means that several genes are coded by single promoter. This is not the case in the case of your eukaryotic cell, but in the case of your prokaryote, several genes are coded by a single promoter. Okay? So what components we have studied? Promoter, operator, structural genes. Promoter is the site where the RNA polymerase binds. Operator, the on-off switch which will decide the binding of RNA polymerase, and structural genes which are going to transcribe and they will form mRNA first, and then from mRNA they are going to form proteins. ठीक है, इतना बेसिक समझ में आया होगा. किसने दिया था ये? मोनार्ड एंड जैकोब ने दिया था. ठीक है, नाउ we are going to understand this in detail very well using a model, a very famous model which is known as Lac-Operon model. Lac-Operon model. Okay, this was seen in E. coli by Jacob and Monod only in E. coli, which is a bacteria, prokaryotic bacteria. Okay, so what do we understand by lac? Lac stands for lactose. Okay, what is lactose? Lactose is a disaccharide sugar. Disaccharide matlab it is made up of two types of sugar. That means if I break this lactose, then I will get what? I will get two things. If I break this lactose, I will get glucose as well as galactose. ठीक है? If I am breaking down something and producing two components, this type of reaction is known as a catabolic reaction. That is why this model is known as a catabolic model. Write it here, it will help you. This is a catabolic model. Why catabolic model? ठीक है? Because the lactose is being broken down, you can write here, it is being broken down to form glucose and galactose. Okay, so whenever there is less glucose in the cell, lactose is utilized to catabolize to form glucose and galactose. ठीक है? Let's study more. What else? Yes. So here also you have what? You have a Operon model. Now we will just not give variable to the gene names, but we will actually give the gene names. This will be promoter. Oh God. One, two. Yes. Let me make you understand what is happening here. This is promoter, this is operator. We have three genes here, Z, Y, A. ठीक है? Z gene codes for beta galactosidase, which is an enzyme who is responsible for the breakdown of lactose into glucose and galactose. We will write it in the next slide. Or you can write it here also. Wait, we can write it here also. Z is what? Z codes for beta galactosidase, which helps in the breakdown of, किसका breakdown? The breakdown of lactose into glucose and galactose. Okay, then Y stands for permease enzyme. ठीक है? This Y codes for permease enzyme. ठीक है? Permease, you might have heard of permeable word. Permease मतलब to pass through. ठीक है? So this permease enzymes allows the lactose to come inside the cell. So what is the role of permease? intakes lactose inside the cell. Okay, and the last one is trans-acetylase. Trans-acetylase. A. A stands for trans-acetylase, which helps in the transfer of acetyl group in glucose. Okay, so the major enzyme is beta galactosidase, which is actually going to break lactose into glucose and galactose. Does not mean others are not main, I'm just telling you. Okay, so here I have drawn two columns more. What are these two columns? Here I have a gene, here I have a gene known as LAC-I gene. Okay, let me write it with another color also. Wait. This is not something we will like. Okay, and it also, just like these genes have their promoter, this gene also have their promoter. What is this LAC-I gene? Upstream to the DNA, we have this LAC-I gene. Okay, this LAC-I gene produce a protein which is repressor of this model. Now, what is repressor molecule? Let's understand. Repressor क्या है? LAC-I gene is the repressor. Repressor मतलब that will inhibit the model. How it will inhibit? It will inhibit the model because this repressor molecule or protein is going to bind to where it is going to bind to operator. Let us understand how this all is going to happen. ठीक है, start. ठीक है, so first understand what are the components. इसको लिख दो. Repressor gene, promoter, operator. So what do we have in lac-operon? We have promoter, operator, three genes ZYA. Z codes for beta galactosidase, which is responsible for the breakdown of lactose into glucose and galactose. Y codes for permease enzyme, which allows the lactose inside the cell, and A sites for trans-acetylase, which help in the transfer of acetyl group. Okay, and here upstream we have LAC-I gene. LAC-I gene is a repressor gene. That means it is going to make a protein which is going to inhibit this particular model. How we are going to save it, how we are going to produce the proteins, we will study. And here I have the promoter of this LAC-I gene. Similarly, I have here. Okay, so let us understand this model. First, I am going to talk when the lactose is not present in the cell. When lactose is absent. Okay, this is my condition which I am taking first. The lactose is absent in the cell. Okay, I have to make the model again also. This is promoter, LAC-I, promoter, operator, and your two genes. Now I am not going to write everything, just this promoter, operator, Z, Y, A, and here I have your LAC-I gene. So what will happen when the lactose is not there? Okay? When the lactose is not there, this LAC-I gene is going to produce mRNA, and this mRNA will form protein. This is the protein. Okay? Now, this operator has a site for this repressor. So what will happen? This repressor molecule will go and bind to the operator. यहाँ पे जाके it will bind to the operator. Once it is bound to the operator, if operator is binding with the repressor, RNA polymerase cannot come and bind with promoter. Okay? So this operon model is turned off when the repressor molecule, I am saying it again, when the repressor molecule, this is what? This is my repressor protein. This is my repressor protein. When my repressor protein binds with the operator, then this operator is off. That means the polymerase enzyme will come. The polymerase enzyme will come. This is RNA polymerase. This is RNA polymerase. But here it will not be able to bind. Here it will not be able to bind to the promoter side. Why? Why so? Oh, I have drawn it on the wrong place. Wait. It is supposed to be here. Here, the RNA polymerase will come. Actually, I saw the promoter, so I drew it there. Yes, so here the RNA polymerase will come, but it will not be able to bind at the promoter side. No binding at the promoter will be there. Why? Because the repressor molecule is attached to the operator and it is not letting the operator to turn on. Okay? So if the repressor molecule is attached to the operator, that means there will be no transcription. There will be no transcription or translation. Hence, there will be no proteins. No proteins will be formed. So what has happened in normal condition, when lactose is absent, so what is going to happen? This LAC-I gene, upstream the LAC-I gene is present, which is going to form what? Your repressor molecule. This molecule will go and bind because it has a site. So it will go and bind to the operator. Once it is bound to the operator, the RNA polymerase will not be able to bind to the promoter, and hence this whole model is turned off. This whole model is turned off. Okay? That is why we say a very important point you have to write here, that the repressor is negative regulator of this model. That means when the repressor is present here, it is negatively regulating the model. It is doing what? It is basically switching off the operon model. In this case, the operon model is switched off because it is not letting its structural genes to produce protein. Okay? Now the picture will get more and more clear. How this will be on? Okay, we have to stop. What is the wrong part here? That this repressor molecule is going and joining to the operator. Okay, if we stop this repressor molecule, then the things will be different. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this when lactose is present is our second case. When lactose is present. Okay. So what will happen when lactose is present? Let me make lactose molecules by which color? This color. It's a savior, so let's make it with green color. So now lactose is present in the cell. Okay? Now what will happen? We are again going to draw a model. Okay, this is promoter, LAC-I, promoter, operator, Z, Y, A. It has a site, and this is LAC-I, and here promoter. So just like the previous condition, this LAC-I is going to form mRNA, and it is going to form protein. Okay? But here, this time, the lactose is present. So the lactose is actually the inducer of this model. What do you understand by that? What will happen? This lactose molecule, some of the lactose molecule will come and bind to the repressor molecule. So what will happen? Quickly write. The lactose will bind to the repressor molecule. It will bind to the repressor molecule. Once it is bound to the repressor molecule, it will change the configuration of the protein. That means now after the binding of this lactose, this protein will change its configuration. Now it's no longer complementary to the operator site. Now it is no longer complementary to the operator site. That means very, very happily and desperately, the RNA polymerase will come here and it is going to bind here. The RNA polymerase, my RNA polymerase will come here and it is going to bound here. RNA polymerase, and as well as this Z, Y, A will form their respective mRNA and their respective proteins also. That means transcription will also take place and translation will be also taking place. So what has happened? Just because of the presence of lactose, this lactose acts as an inducer. This acts as an inducer molecule, and some of the molecules of lactose goes and join to the repressor molecule, and it changes the configuration of repressor molecule such that it is no longer capable of binding to the operator molecule. So now operator site is what? Empty. That means it is what? It is on. Because it is on, now the RNA polymerase can come and it can bind. Okay? Now let's understand it with a normal point of view. I told you the lactose model is actually the model which is breaking down lactose into glucose and galactose. Okay? That means the model will only be activated when lactose is present. Okay? If lactose is absent, that means what is the role of this model? The function of this model is to break down lactose. If lactose is not present in the cell, that means then the model will be off. So you can write it here. You can write what? You can write that when the lactose is absent, it is absent, then the model will be turned off by repressor molecule. How it is turned on? Off. Because the repressor molecule will bind to the operator site and RNA polymerase will no longer be able to bind and no transcription and translation will be occurring. Okay? So the key points here are, what are the key points here? Sorry. Yeah, the key points here are when lactose is present, okay, in that condition, model will be turned off. It will be turned off. That is important. The model will be turned off. Okay? Second condition, when lactose is present, then the model will be turned on. How it will be turned on? Because the lactose molecule will act as an inducer. It will act as an inducer and it will change the configuration of repressor. So operator will be turned on. Why? Because this repressor can no longer bind to the operator. Okay? So let me sum up this. What is your gene regulation? Gene regulation is the regulation of gene expression. Why do we need it? We need to regulate certain genes, that whether they should be produced right now or not, or in what quantity they should be produced. We started talking about the prokaryotic gene regulation, in which we understood the operon model. Operon model works on promoter, which is the binding site for RNA polymerase, operator, which decides whether the RNA polymerase will bind or not. You see here, if the repressor is bound to the operator, the RNA polymerase will not bind. If the repressor molecule is not bound with the operator, then it will bind to the promoter and the transcription will go on. Okay? Then we talked about structural genes, which are the actual genes which are going to be transcribed and produce their protein. Okay? We had a repressor molecule also. Upstream to the DNA, we have the repressor molecule which is producing the repressor, which can stop this model. Okay? Then we specifically talked about the operon model, in which we talked about the lactose sugar is broken down into glucose and galactose. So whenever there is less glucose in the cell, lactose will be taken up by the bacterial cell. Like for example, this is my bacterial cell, there is no glucose, so I will take lactose molecules in. When the lactose molecules will be inside the cell with the help of permease, I told you, right? So what will happen? Now the lactose molecule will bind to the repressor molecule and it will no longer be able to bind to the operon model, so it will be on. Okay? But when the lactose is absent, there is no need to break down the lactose. So automatically in those situations, the model will be off. The points and questions that you keep in mind here is the different enzymes produced by all the genes Z, Y, A. Z ka yaad rakhna, Z is your beta galactosidase, which is able to break the lactose sugar into glucose and galactose. Your Y is your permease, which enables the lactose sugar entering in the cell, and the third one is transacetylase. Okay, so I hope it is clear. When the lactose absent, the model off. When lactose present, the model will be on. So this was all about gene regulation in prokaryotes. I hope that you understood the lecture. Thank you.